Well, good morning. How are you guys? I was over here looking at all kinds of pictures, trying to come up with some pictures. Good morning, Stephanie. Good morning, Ocean Tide, Tater K, Mr. Kazi. How are you guys this Catrday morning? I'm trying to get my stuff together because I had the allergies again this week. But I went to the doctor yesterday, so we're good. You're officially homeowners, moving on Monday. Oh, did you get inside the house though? Because you're officially moving. Or are you doing the papers on Monday? Don't forget what I told you. Stand in that kitchen and have a toast. Uh, that's so exciting, isn't it? Yeah, congratulations. You're gonna have many, 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 many fond memories. It's also going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass sometimes, but that's okay. You're at least investing back into yourself. You guys, I'm so strung out. I have psoriasis on my face, and I'm trying to find my ointment. And I don't know what I did with it. How was your week? I'm going to wait for a couple more people to come in to tell you. I went to the doctor yesterday for the weigh-in. So I have my official weight, which I'm a little bit happy about. I'm not have a toaster muffin or croissant. Funny. So I gotta go to the damn doctor all the time because I've been feeling all kinds of weird, but it's my normal, checkup. So we talked about a bunch of things. And of course, I had to get on the scale. So I am officially down 53 pounds. Okay. I don't think that that's bad. I'm bitching and moaning that it was slow, but at least it's not 30 anymore. So it's 53 pounds. Freeside, good morning. So, and it could probably be more if I didn't find all these fancy peanut butter cups that are better than Reese cups. But I thought that that was good. I didn't take my medicine. I forgot to take my meds. And I really have to pull them out. It is progress. It's definitely progress. It didn't come on in a 6 months. It's going to take longer. So I'm all right with that. But, I want instant results. That's what's wrong with us. We all want instant results because everything's instant. Good morning, Jarella. Taking my vitamins. So on Tuesday, I think I just started with the congestion and the sneezing, and I thought, oh no, not this again. And then I told Mr. Kazi, I was like, wait a minute, you did not find the weight. Um, I said, wait a minute. I said last year for the Kentucky Derby, I was sick. Remember that? I snapped the Kentucky because the Kentucky Derby's today. I said I can't be sick. Hold on, I gotta take my meds, and I don't want to put my pills in my mouth in front of you guys. So I'm here. I'm just taking my meds. Okay, we'll have a normal day. I gotta fill them too. I replenish my little packets over here. I take so many damn vitamins. So anyway, went and got stuck yesterday. Ugh, had to get more blood work done. How often do you guys get your blood work done? Because I get it done all the time, I feel like. I'm like, whatever, I'm here. I might as well just stay. So we did that. I'm feeling a lot better today. Mr. Cosby was like, "Oh, good, you're doing Catrday." I said, "Yeah, we have to, you know." Now, next week for sure, got to give a Harley update. Next week for sure, I have them coming out to re-examine her again. She may need an ultrasound because we're not getting any better with the diarrhea. So, she's gotten better. It's not as bad. It's gotten a little bit better. So they're okay with wait until next Saturday. They're going to come out to the house. They asked me if I wanted to bring her in, and she's not very good in the car. Like she just like her heart is broken. And I said, "And because she has like diarrhea problems, I don't want her to have diarrhea in the car." So they're like, "It's okay. We can wait until next week." So we'll bring her. They're going to come out next week. Now the time is between 9:30 and 11:30. And thank you, lady. Um, Mr. Kazi's like, "Well, why don't you do Caturday when they're here?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know if they'll like that, but I mean, we could. We could. I could just have her, watch her get her stuff done. I'd have to ask them if it's okay. But then, would it be, I know, poor Harley. Would it be like, I just want to make sure that they're okay with me, like, putting it on the internet. But for crying out loud, it's Caturday and it's Harley, and she's like, she's the star of the crew. So we'll see. So if we don't do Caturday, like it's because we're doing the whatever. Maybe I'll go after they come so that we can give an update on that. But I'll find out. What do you guys think? Do you want to see them come out to the house and do the cat? I mean, I don't know. They do have, which I love this service. Um, they have like three little areas. They do have like actual facilities, three of them, but for the most part, all of their vets are on the road. Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Brad, are you enjoying yourself? Um, Scoreboard, 4 trips to the box, 2 of the 4, 1 marble each. Lilith! Did I see Andre? Andre. I saw Tater saying Andre. Um, Mr. Kazi, scoreboard. You want a mocha. Order one. Get yourself one. You still have your car? Like, did you get your car? Like, DoorDash that. Live like a king. Um, so anyway, I'm just like, oh, the place. They're all on, wheels. So they do have X-ray units the in the vans that they travel in. So they may be able to do the ultrasound. Coco's here now. They may be able to do the ultrasound here at the house if that's what they decide's going on. So I want to try and start giving her pumpkin, but I don't know if she'll eat the pumpkin because I know pumpkin's good for the digestive system. I'm going to see if that works. Like I want to try and do everything that I can through the week till we get the answers. Friggin' ultrasound. This girl. This girl. So that's the Harley update. Coco and Jack sometimes, like, they got the prebiotics too. And sometimes they're like, you know, their belly gets upset and then they start heaving. And that's a whole nother mess you got to clean up. But today I'm focusing on doing my prepping. And I got to clean that rug that Harley decides to use instead of the box. And I'm doing Mr. Kazi's laundry. Have they tried some prednisone? No. I didn't even think about a steroid. No. They gave me that GI stuff, which in reality was a week, but she only took 6 days of it because like 2 of the pills were too I couldn't get them back down. Like, they were sticking to my finger. So we had to, that was squirrely. I don't know, you guys. Harley's, she's getting older, so like animals, they get older, they start to have things going on, but she's always had belly issues. I just don't know. Come here. Uh, uh, uh. Say good morning. Where's your sister? Say good morning. Say good morning to everyone. Put your paws up. I don't understand what a swing and a miss means. Does that mean that she went on the floor? And that's the other thing. Like, she goes, if there is some persistent inflammation in the gut, that could help. Yeah, I guess, because I'm on, like, I get steroids too. Uh, she just always had issues with her belly, though. Hi, Bert. Good morning. Are you back into Canada or still in Mexico? Yeah, I don't know. She's always had, and she loves her food. So I feel bad that that's the one thing that no, Terrell, she's not vomiting. She's not losing weight. Her eyes are bright. She's, cuddly. She was cuddly there with Mr. Kazi. And then when I was sick, she was cuddling with me. But she's not, you're back in cold Canada. It's going to warm up though. I know. Please, everybody send a little prayer for the belly, for the Harley's little belly, and for my rug. I'm just teasing. I could buy another rug. Um, so we'll see next Saturday. We'll get the whatever. I can always call the doctor throughout the week and ask if she thinks that maybe a steroid would be better. I'm ultimately going to have to do the ultrasound. I'm probably going to have to do the ultrasound. But what's an ultrasound going to show? Is that going to be like showing them if there's any blockage or something? Because there's no blockage. It's coming out. And she doesn't, she goes in the box and pees. She's just showing me, that she's got the diarrhea. Yeah. No, no, she doesn't have that. She doesn't throw up. And we put her on a crash course diet, so she did lose weight, but that was a long time ago. Yeah, there's definitely something going on, for sure, for sure, for sure. I just feel bad for her. They can't tell you. That's the one thing about animals is they can't tell you what's wrong. She could just tell me. What's your husband a fan of? Hockey? Well, they told me she was celiac. I guess she's got IBS. I don't know. Oh, what the hell you do for a cat IBS? Jeez, I mean. But the Flyers are in. Mr. Kazi's extremely happy. They're going to the next phase of the Stanley Cup. So maybe she's confused now that she thinks the rug is for diarrhea now. Maybe. I was thinking about rolling it up and taking it away for a while. Because it's easier to clean. I don't want to clean it up at all. I want it to be in the box, but if I have to clean it, I'd rather clean it up on my floor. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. uh it could be. I'm I'm gonna clean it. I am gonna get on. I pick it up, obviously, but like the little stains that it leaves behind. I'm like, all right, let me do that on Saturday. That's a task in itself. So I'm gonna do that, and then maybe I'll roll the rug up and just put it off to the side for a little bit, because I just have it so that they can walk out of the box and not take cat sand all over my house. But ah. Really? That's a good point. I'd eat the rug. All right. Let's eat the rug. Let's clean it and eat it. That's what's going to happen today. We'll clean it and eat it. I've been thinking about taking it away for a couple weeks now, but then I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what if she goes on my big rug that's under my couch? Like my good rug, you know? Like the one that I don't want stains." Oh, jeez, Louise, this is going to be a mess. Anyway, here we are. Life in the Kazi house. So, we have that. Then what have you guys been up to? What have you guys been up to lately? I'm just over there watching that Rosie. I'm just watching the Rosie. I'm keeping I want to stay out of everything else. I'm just keeping my eye on the Rosie. Now, don't get me wrong. I lurk and I bees. I do my bees in. But I just can't get involved with all the stuff that's going on right now. It's too much. I'm like, this has never been like this before. I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh boy. We are in some trouble now. Once the smell is there, they go back. Yeah. I mean, I clean it up. I just have to I just got to get some soap and out and 2 solid weeks of all day meetings for software testing. It's brutal. You did. Oh, I don't like computers. We're changing our phones over. I wasn't there yesterday because I had the doctor's appointment. And we're supposed to go over to the new phone system, which I like because I've worked on that software before, and it's a lot more like just user friendly. So I'm excited about that when I go in for Monday. But there's a whole bunch of crap going on at work. It's just whatever. Thank you, Mr. Causey. Thank you, Mr. Causey. So yeah, I was just I'm like sitting there lurking and I'm like watching what's going on and I'm like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? What is happening? It's not fun. You can't if you chat in a chat, people are like, "Oh, she was in that chat. Oh, you can do that." Well, no, I was just listening to the subject at hand, and then I motored on when I didn't agree or didn't like the subject. So now I just don't freaking say anything. I'm just like, all right, and then I do my thing without being seen. But I don't get to say hi to anybody. And my bank card, I hope, comes today because the freaking thing, I don't know, it had expired or something like that, and it canceled everything. I'm like, what the hell? It canceled all my stuff. I got to get the new one so I could get back and get my emojis back for some of the channels. Yeah, Mr. Kazi he's doing training the past 2 weeks too. And his hours changed. Now they're going back to IT illiterate. Now he's going back to his regular schedule that he likes, the later one. So he gets to do like his PT in the morning and then, if he has any errands to run or something like that, he'll get to like a haircut or something like that. He'll get to do that in the morning and then he can get to work on time. So um he's looking forward to that. I think. I don't know. Because he was getting done at 4:30 and I was like, well, that's a pretty good schedule. 8 to 4:30, and then you're done. You could do stuff at night. But his PT takes a little bit longer. So there was a couple of times where he came in and he, missed like the first few seconds of the Flyers game, and that's a big deal. So I stay out of the way when the Flyers are on. And our TV downstairs sticks, which is very weird, and it's only through Comcast. So I hear like a lot of people with the Spectrum cable or like complaining that sucks. We have Comcast, Xfinity, or whatever they call it. That sucks. because it's the only one. It'll just pause in the middle of any, like, you're watching a show or a game, it pauses. So then you gotta hit the back button, you gotta wait for it to refresh, and then by the time you could miss, like, a major play, right? So I was like, "Well, I'm gonna come upstairs because the upstairs TV doesn't do it as much." I'm like, "Oh boy." All day, every day. Yeah, but Jarell, you're gonna be off and running. You're gonna be off and running. Mr. I think I hear him motoring downstairs. He calls it the torture chamber because he's moving parts of his body that he hasn't moved in months. And years, actually, because he was dealing with the pain leading up to the surgery. So now they're like, they're working him. So he's been having a lot of he's been sore. So we made the ice packets last weekend, the homemade gel packs, water and alcohol. They worked, but then after a few uses, it kind of exploded, which was I put a bag in a bag, so that was fine. So then we were just like, all right, let's just buy the stupid gel thing. So we got gel bags. I caught some of the federal court case in Australia involves accusation Rebel Wilson defamed lead actress of her firm, the Deb, via social media posts that suggest she was a liar and sellout about SA. But Australia is so far ahead time-wise. I don't know what case you're talking about. I didn't even know Rebel Wilson was involved in something. Oh, Drew, you're going to be by yourself? Well, you got the puppies. You got the puppies. But yeah, I don't know. And Mr. Kazi, did you care that I was gone when I was working on the road? Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like he said, he's been moving like from his ankle or where it was to his knee. And that was getting like, he was feeling that, but his back is bothering him. Cause again, he's using things and he's walking and he's doing all kinds of maneuvers he's not used to doing. So, but he's gonna get better, he's gonna get stronger, and fingers crossed, right? Uh, oh, you move up. Oh, my My husband is at the Toronto Sports Card Expo as a vendor this weekend, so he has hockey cards all day and then hockey playoffs all night. Ah, Burke, your hubs and my hubs have a lot in common. Like, I gotta put hold on, where is this? I keep leaning on my like mouse pad on my laptop. Well, hopefully Cali is like got good weather. I don't know. Lilith's out there in the West Coast. Ay, ay, ay. There's so much to say, but I don't know how much I should say. I don't know. I've never had an interest in going to California. Now this road trip that we like have on the back burner, we are gonna hit Cali, but I've never been one that was like, oh, I want to go to California or Vegas. Like I've never wanted to go to any of those places. I'm gonna go north. I like north or South Carolina. Like those are the kind of places that I like to go. Florida's okay, and I enjoy it because we go um see my mother-in-law, which is fine, and her area is, really pretty, but I'm not like a big Florida fan, you know? Sorry, can't say so much to do. Have a great weekend. Stephanie, enjoy everything. I know it's a pain in the butt, but lift with your legs, and congratulations again. I can't wait till next week. We'll catch up on Harley and how the move is going. If you can stop it. because you're probably going to be busy for the next couple of weeks. But congratulations, Kimikaze. I missed your question. Please repeat. Oh, Torella just wanted to know how your pain was doing. I think that was the question. You know me. I'm not remembering too much. But Burke has been telling you all about how her husband's doing the hockey stuff. So, Tater, before you get off and start cooking, I have a question for you. Last week I made a ribeye. Okay. I was so excited to have this ribeye because I got my cast iron pan. So the cast iron pan, which I bought one that's like got handles on the side, it's not like a long handle. So I put that thing on the burner and I didn't do it in the oven. I put that thing on the burner and I made sure that it was, a nice hot pot pan before I put the steak in because, searing the meat. I set off all of the smoke alarms. Like it was real bad. Real bad. Like I had to take the smoke alarms outside because it was bad. The whole house, it was just, and then I like flipped it over. I'm like, well, we're here now, so just flip it over. Oh, it was bad. It was bad. That was like one of the best steaks I've ever made, because it was in the cast iron. But how the hell do I stop this? Hi, Granny. Good morning. Happy Catrday. Um, how do I properly use my cast iron without doing that? Can you advise? Because I know you're into making the steaks and stuff like that. Because that was bad. And I bought myself another one. Because they were on sale. And I'm like, well, this is a good ribeye story. Right. It was so bad. And you know what made me feel so bad is Mr. Kazi rarely naps. Rarely takes naps. So he comes up and he's like, I'm gonna take a nap. I said, okay, enjoy yourself. I'm just gonna go downstairs and, do the prepping and cook and all that stuff. So, whatever. He's woken up by smoke detectors. I gotta get the step stools out so I can reach the roof. I'm like, oh my gosh. I had to open the door, the screen door, the window. I had to keep that down, keep that flowing, and I'm sitting out there thinking like, all right, the neighbors are going to think like, something's going on. It was just a whole big mess. And I told Mr. Ghazi, I said, can we please get like we wasted the propane last year. So we had to we can't store propane in our shed. So we had to put our grill in the shed. And I said, can we get the grill and get some propane this year so I can grill the chickens and the ribeyes? I said, our stuff dusting off the top of the fridge. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, what the hell? I came upstairs, the whole upstairs was smoky. I'm like, oh my gosh. It was all, and I'm like, from a ribeye, medium heat, and put a lid on it. It will unstick itself, never at high. It takes more time, but only one flip. Ari, thank you. So the trick is the lid and medium heat, obviously. Oh, yeah, for sure. Outside. Thank you, Tater, because I need to make this ribeye. Oh, Mr. Kazi, while I'm talking about the ribeye, can you actually pull that out of the refrigerator? Because I want to cook it at room temperature, not cold, if you don't mind. You can pull all the stuff out when like after you're done your breakfast or whatever. Yeah. So, all right, thanks for the tip because I had that sucker on high. And I'm dumb because I'm like, oh shit. It's cast iron pot. It doesn't have like a handle. So the little handles on the side, they get real hot. I'm like, I gotta remember, use the mitts, Kim. Use the mitts. On the grill is totally different. Yeah, we don't even have the grill yet. That's not an option. But the cast iron, I wanna and then that was all I look, when you use your cast iron, you're seasoning it. But it was I had to do a little washing of that because of the the stuff, the steak. The charcoal, but it was really good. I put too much salt on it, so I'm not gonna do too much salt this time, but it was so good. I'm telling you, that thing was good. It came out perfect medium. I was like, "Oh my gosh." You'd think it was a hockey puck, but it was not. It was very good. Very, very good. But if they're on sale, I'm gonna buy them. I should have got 2 and put one in the freezer, but I don't like steak in the freezer. I think you should just have the steak fresh. Whatever. And I'm like, my head is feeling like a bowling ball. And my brother texts me and he's like, "Yo, you know what you should do? You should make some of those yummy strombolis that you make and drop one off to your brother. I'm over here withering away." Dude, I can barely keep my head up. No, I'm not doing that. The hell's wrong with you? Get the supplies and do it yourself. So I promised them that I'll make a pot roast dinner. I'll do that next week. So there we go. Lil, did you hear the news? I'm down 53 pounds. My husband keeps saying, I notice it. And I'm like, I don't. But I have been because my scrubs are like real big. Like just like not loose. They're they're too big. So I gotta get new scrubs. I definitely have to get new scrubs. But I don't know what size I am, so I have to go to a store and try them on. Thanks, Jarella. I don't ever season until done. Then I put butter and thyme. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, maybe I'll do that. Because what I put it on before. And I was like, oh, this is salty. But then when I was like, no, it's good. It's perfect. Thank you. Thank you, my love. So I got to get into the new scrubs. And I don't want to buy too many because I feel like I think I'll just buy 2 pair. 2 pair is fine. Teacher's thanking you. Oh, yeah. He answered your question. He does go to the doctor this week. So we'll see what's going on with him. We'll see. He's been talking to them and they said they can't do anything over the phone. They have to actually see. They gotta like squeeze and touch and examine. So he's got his follow-up appointment this week. We'll see. I feel bad for him because he is like walking around. I know, Andre, this like the I thought about that, but I actually like the stretchy ones. Like I wear Wink, like, and they're pretty pricey to be trying like to guess your size. So I'll go to the store. I'll go to the store. I saw the ones that are like, $20 for the set, and I don't know about those. Like I don't want like ones that are like gonna not give me any like comfortability. And I don't want to be sitting there with no stretch. You can get used ones on Poshmark. Yeah, you always tell me about the Poshmark, and I always forget about that. Look at Ollie's if you have one for scrubs. Do we have an Ollie's around here? I don't know if we have an Ollie's. Do we have a store called K&A? No, wait, we might have an Ollie's. We might have an Ollie's. We do have an Ollie's. Ollie's Bargain Outlet. That says, oh, we have one in Lumberton. That's like a long, that's like not, I'm not doxing myself. That's not nearest, but closer than the North Jersey one. You never heard of Ollie's? It's a bargain outlet. It's, I think I don't know, did they have one in Philly? I think I was in like some store like that. And it's just kind of like, not, I don't mean this to be rude, but it's kind of like a junk store. Like you just walk in and things are everywhere. And then, like, you gotta like really, sift through stuff to find like what you're looking for. One way closer. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The North Jersey one. We do have one that's way closer. It's an odd, yeah, 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 yeah. But it's like, I feel like Old Navy's like that too. It's just like a bunch of everything's just like, and I think that if I need new pants or something like that, I'm gonna go to Old Navy because I can't be buying this freaking Lane Bryant shit. All right. Not until I plateau. Because I don't think I'm ever gonna get into like, like real small sizes where I can go to like Target and Walmart and all that. So, I mean, I guess I could go to Walmart now. Albert Einstein looking dude on the logo. You can find most, yeah, yeah. It's like a Boss Cops. Like I feel like Boss Cops is the same way. I feel like um they have like just junk everywhere. Like their clothes section is real tight and you gotta go around. I don't like Boss Cops. And my grandmother used to make me take her there. And I'm like, what do you like about the Boss Cops? But she's like, they have good deals. And she always found like really cute stuff or real pretty stuff, like her little Lennox and stuff like that. But until she started coming to the outlet. That was like an every week thing. But I think that she would go there for her silverware. She liked their silverware. I'm like, do I have to take you to Moscow's? But I took her everywhere her little heart desired, I'll tell you. They threw away mailer the other day. You threw away the mailer the other day? We can try and go there. I mean, you're not feeling up to going anywhere. So, like, I wouldn't go somewhere like that by myself, but we'll get there. We have a plan with the scrubs. But I definitely would just want to get 2 pair. I don't want to get that many. Like, first of all, my clinic's only open 3 days. So I only need 2 pairs because the other days I just wear like casual clothes. I don't have to wear scrubs or anything like that. Provided like, things continue to go the way they go. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Ugh. Where's Jersey? Because Jersey said she's like, I've just been stressed out about this freaking job since I started, and it's true. Not one lie was said. I had one Did I tell you about the person that came in smoking this cigarette? She was pissed off that like we were running behind. Now we were running behind. We usually don't. We were running behind a little bit longer than I had anticipated. And I told her right before she came in, I was like, look, the doctor is running behind. If you want, we can like have you come back like a different time or whatever. She's like, no, it's fine. So I kept my eye on her and I was like, I kept going in the back and I'm like, I said, we're getting to you. I said, they didn't forget you. So she was seeing other people go back, but she didn't realize that I had another doctor and a hygienist, that the people were coming in, they were seeing a different provider. So she flipped out, started cursing at me, telling me that I suck at my job. I had to call in a prescription for a person, and she said, you gave me her address and all that. I said, I don't have to give the address when you call in a script. Name, date of birth, the script, and then my information. I didn't have to, so don't start. So she left and then she came back in. She's smoking a cigarette. Now I thought it was a blunt because it was a brown cigarette. She comes in smoking the cigarette, and I have this little display with all of our appointment cards in, and there's 3 tiers to double. So there was probably 60, 70 appointment cards. She took all of them. And I was like stunned that she was in the office smoking a cigarette. And I'm like, I was more worried about that. So we're like, and then she just stormed out the door. And I was like, that was weird. And the doctor was sitting with me, right? And I'm like, this is what we deal with at the front, you know? So another patient comes in, like, it was like around lunchtime. So the patient came in. Now I'm stuck at the desk, so I wasn't outside. A patient comes in. She's like, "Do you know that you have appointment cards all over the lawn outside?" I said, "What?" She threw all of those appointment cards out on the lawn. I said, "Oh my gosh. Like, this is just wild. Absolutely wild. Why the hell would you do something like that? You're a grown adult. You are a grown adult. You left, and 5 minutes later, you came back to get a porn. They are lunatics. Sounds like I need a new job. Yes. There's other things that are going on, but, blah, 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 blah. There's like wild shit. But the appointment card thing, I was like, I would never think to do anything like that. Well, I mean, you know, I wouldn't I wouldn't even think to do anything. Let's just put it that way. I listen, here's the thing. I was telling my friend, I said, now, like, she was screaming at me, telling me that I suck and using the F word. And I was like, now you have to leave the office. Now I'm going to ask that you please leave the office because you can't be screaming at me and you can't just be talking, like, dropping F bombs, right? So as she's screaming at me, now listen, this got me through, and I know that it's terrible, and I'm there to help people, so I don't judge. We listen, we don't judge. But when you're screaming at someone and you only have like, never mind. The way she was screaming at me and in her condition, all I kept thinking was like, girl, you can't even. Kim, shut up. It's not nice. Just shut up. I kind of laughed though. I had a crazy patient too this week. They're all like, they're just. My hygienist, like he's got a short fuse. I'm like, oh God. Last night, 3 days before people have it's been 2 weeks that I've been, like, really, really under the gun. So, let's just remember that since I started, right, we lost 2 doctors without warning due to health reasons. I don't believe that, but if they are, like, I prayed for them, and I do hope that they are, and, they're fine. I lost a hygienist because of how she was treated by somebody in the back, a doctor. I lost a full-time assistant because she had she's in a good place, like she's under care. So I understand that. She had to, like, she had to put herself on the timeout. I did before, so I totally understand that. So I lost her. And now I just got word that my other doctor, my full-time doctor, is leaving because his wife got residency. She's becoming a physician. She got residency in a town 2.5 hours away. So they have to move. Like, there's no way he could do, like, the office. So 3 providers, an assistant, and a hygienist. And I'm getting the brunt of you know, why we're not hitting goals. How do you do that when you don't have the providers? I just don't understand. I am a trooper. I'm trying. I come home and I tell Mr. Kazi all these stories, and he's just like, he did not want me to work here since the beginning. Like, with all the, and especially when that guy came in and I had to go to the police over that. He was like, no, this is not the place for you. And then we just, I mean, you guys just don't understand. Did I tell you about the guy they brought in to help me? He's a family friend. He's, he has absolutely, he's a doctor, foreign trained doctor, right? So he knows the terminology, and that's fine, but he doesn't know anything about how things are done in America. Like, we have strict guidelines and policies that we have to follow. We can't just be talking about people's information to somebody that is not on the HIPAA form. You guys, like, seriously. Like, I'm in a professional complex. He's like sleeping in one of the empty offices. It's a mess. It's a mess. This is what I deal with. Yeah, when you apply for residency, you know where yeah, you never know where you're going to end up. And I'm happy for them. They're a young married couple. He's so nice. He really is a very kind person. He's a great doctor. Everybody loves him. Everybody wants to see him. And, I'm like, "Hey, look, it is what it is." Like, that's a fair excuse. You don't get to be abusive to people, like, get um, I know, but, like, in the dental field, people are very, like, they don't like, they're mad because they have a toothache, and then they're mad because it costs a lot of money, and they need to have so, like, I've always dealt with people being a little edgy, but this place, it just wilds out. This place just wilds out. If they're not in my face screaming, they just don't show up for their appointment, and then there goes 2 hours of my doctor's time. And it leaves me very little time to get it fixed. You'd be happy flipping burgers. You know what? You know what, Ocean? I want to change fields, but I just don't know what I would do. Like, what am I going to do? It's 30 years of my life. It's all that I really know. I just know dental software. I don't know any other things. I freaking barely can, do the Googles, do the Google Docs and all that. Mr. Kazi. I don't know. I'll be fine. I'm in God's hands, and I have an extremely, extremely supportive husband. I have an extremely supportive husband. Good morning, MFlo. My class is end soon. That's awesome. What are you going to do with all your time? Soccer? Soccer and popcorners? Is that what you're going to do? I can leverage that into a lot of things, I promise. Yeah. I get intimidated by the things that I see. Like, there's a lot of places around here that are, like, even if it's like data entry or like, like an admin type kind of thing, like not managerial, they have, I'm just like, ooh, I don't know. I'm afraid. But I should just, I should think about those. I do. I do. I pray for and where I belong, listen, we all know how I got here. And then I'm like, "Geez, oh man, another freaking job. Like, what the hell?" But the past few jobs, I'm like, the one that let me go because I was on medical leave, like that's where I really truly loved that office. I loved the patients, the pace, like, just everything about that place. I didn't have to manage because everybody was on their P's and Q's. Everybody did their job. Everybody was pleasant. We all got together at lunches and did potlucks. Like, we all like listened to everything that was going on with everyone. And World Cup in June. I want to work somewhere when I don't have to, like, if I could do customer service on the phone and I have to, like, do a claim or something like that, then that's fine. But I don't want to work with that many people. I don't want to have to be face to face with people. Is that wrong? So we'll see. We'll see how everything pans out. Monday there's a big thing. There's a big decision to be had. Well, not really. I already made my decision. It's just how he plays his cards. So there's that. But everything is preyed on. Everything is preyed on. Tell you that. M-Flow is always on the go. M-Flow is always, always on the go. And then sending me pictures of her popcorners. She's always sending me. I'm telling you. That's all I do is pray. I watched one of our, me and Mr. Kazi kind of got behind on church, and I watched one of our services this morning. And while I'm cooking, I'm going to watch the other one so that I'm all caught up. Ramen! Morning, sugar. Sorry, late to the party. You're okay. You're here. We haven't seen you in a while. So thank you for being a part of the crew. Thank you. Coco's banging her head on the vanity. That reminds me. It's May. It's the Kentucky Derby. Let's see who's lucky today. It's Derby Day. Derby Day. Where am I at? Let's go to my channel. Yeah, I just pulled myself up. I can see myself in the viewfinder, but that's far away. So when I'm looking on the computer, it's real close. My hair is out of control. But we all know that we lost freaking a lot of hair, and it is growing back. Everybody told me it'll grow back. I said, I know. I know. But I didn't want it because I'll close this. That's not what I wanted. All right. I'm going to gift my memberships for the month. Let's see who won. Professor AI, Corn Chowder. It's all about love. B to you and Rock. All right. Lady Autumn. Ready? Annie P. Rice Pudding. Aw, darn Effie Bug. I don't know how to pronounce that one. We'll just call her Lisbeth. Connell. Annie P. All you guys that have been following Foodie for a long time, not one familiar name, Ocean, not one. But well, yeah, there is. Effie Bug. She used to come in every once in a while. But remember like Jarrell, you might know, and Andre. You guys followed Foodie like for a while. Remember Annie P, who was constant like this way back when? Wait, like 2021 when she would like, she was like the mom of the crowd and was always telling Chantel what to do. And then when she would start, like when she kept getting back what Nader did, like Annie P left. Is that her, do you think? Because I know she hangs out in Alex's Shook. I know she hangs out there. I'm not sure if she hangs out in Popey, but she's still around. You think that's her? Annie, come over here. Maybe, right? I mean, there's a lot of Annies, so who knows? Let's just pretend it's the OJ. Let's pretend it's Annie. Let's just pretend, shall we? So now, what are you guys going? Is anybody going to watch the Derby? Because I have it pulled up. Let's look at the names. Because to be honest, with everything that's been going on with work, I have not been paying attention to what's going on. Not at all. All right, let's see. And I don't want CBS Sports. Get the hell out of here. Let's just go to Churchill Downs. I might have, you know what? After my week of being sick and all the crap and like the contract that has been broken, not broken, I just haven't signed a new one at work and getting freaking appointment cards. I might have myself a mint julep because we still have the bourbon. We still have the bourbon. We're going to have that bourbon for I don't know how long because we only have what, like one drink out of it? Kentucky Derby. Okay. The 152nd running Kentucky Derby. I just want to know when because it's like the Super Bowl. It starts at like a really weird time. Like it could start at 7 o'clock. Ah, Google's 6:57 p.m. is when they you can use the mint I have for the tea. Yeah, I know. We got the mint, we got the julep, and all I have to do is make a simple syrup. Thank you. I just pulled that up. 6:57. Is one of your hockey games on around that time? Because it's like, the most exciting 60 seconds of sporting. So it's only going to be a minute. NBC is going to play it. We can't play it on here like last year. It was all jacked up because we couldn't play. They'll just shoot us down. We can't watch the Derby. What are you doing? You're popping all over. Why don't you guys watch with me? Let's watch with me. Jeez, oh man, I always forget I'm on StreamYards and we can do it together. Party at the Kazi's. I mean, we got a whole bottle of bourbon. The Flyers are on tonight at 8 o'clock? I thought you said Monday. All right, well, listen, I'll be out of your hair. We got two TVs, we can watch it. All right. So the horses, the favorite is Renegade. I think Renegade is from one of the winners. I'm trying to think. Albus Intrepido, is that how you say it? Why did I come up with these weird names? Limits Litmus Test, Right to Party, Commandment, Dan and Bourbon, So Happy, The Puma, Wanderdine, Incredibolt, Chief Wallaby. I'm going to say Poutine because I just saw the name in Burke's here. Potente? I don't know. Emerging Market, Pavilion. Is that how you say that? Pavlonian. Six Speed, Further Ado, Golden Tempo, Great White, and Ocelli. Those are the horses. I always pick a good one. I always pick like a good one, and then I pick like the fun name. Let's see. I don't know. If I had to pick, I kind of like that Commandment. I kind of like that Commandment. There's a Right to Party is 30-1, and So Happy is 15-1. I don't know. I do be loving the Kentucky Derby, that's for sure. The horses are beautiful, but then I get all upset, like because I know that, they're I just how they have to make them go faster. That upsets me. That upsets me. What I've missed since last year. So those are the derbies. I don't know. This came up. Ah, that's all the stuff you need to know about the Kentucky Derby. It's tonight. Remove. And stop sharing. Stop sharing that. One bourbon, one scotch, and one beer. We only have bourbon, babes. Gonna get high, man. I'm gonna get loose. Uh who is that? Don't tell me because I'll remember. George Thorogood. I'm losing my marbles, peeps. I'm losing my marbles. They think my blood pressure med is too high, so we dropped it down. Because I'm like out there. I went in and it was 102/62. And it's been hovering in that area for a few months. I'm like, it's because I freaking lost the weight. And then you got me on the same blood pressure meds. And I'm taking the minoxidil, which is also blood pressure related. Anyway. I knew I'd get it, Lady Autumn. I knew I would if I just listened. Just listened to my head. So are you guys going to watch the Derby or what? I know, Charlie. I kept telling him, I'm like, you know what? That's a little low. That's low for me. Because I had high. Like, I was high. And I'm like, feeling all kinds of like weird in the head. And I knew it had to do with something. So that's why I was like, all right, I'll take it to the doctor. Tell him everything. You can't lie to your doctor because if you lie to your doctor, then how the hell are they going to fix you? There's people that go in there and lie and say they're trying to get all the meds. You're not watching. Ocean, I didn't think you watched it. And like I didn't think that you were I think last year you weren't you said that you weren't into the Derby. No, you're hoping your hub's pack. All right, you guys aren't a Derby fan. I guess because I was brought up in it and that's my family thing. So I'll be watching. I'll be watching. Burke's going to be watching. I'm still thinking about those flyers. I didn't know the flyers were on tonight. I mean, I don't think Mr. Kazi got that wrong because today at 8 o'clock, Carolina Hurricanes. I didn't doubt you. I did not doubt you. Not when it came to that. Oh boy. The other day when the Flyers won, he was up here and I was laying in bed and he was watching the game because it was late game. And my old ass has to get to bed at a certain time so that I can wake up and do crazy all over again. He was up here and I was listening to him and I knew that they were like, it was like 0-0. Don't quote me if I was wrong with it. I know that it was like a scoreless game for a very long time, for a few periods, like 2 periods. So, I heard come on, run, or like, whatever he says. So then when they when they made the goal winning, the winning goal, all he was just like, oh, like he was so relieved. The sigh he let out, I thought, oh, this poor man was stressed out the whole time. But then I have a lot of hockey friends I just went right to Facebook. I don't usually go on there, but I went right to Facebook because I have like a lot of hockey fans on there. And they were all the same thing. They were all freaking on pins and needles. But it won the series. So I can understand why he was all stressed out. It's like watching a football game in the playoffs. Watching from the local racetrack so I can make a bet. I am sure, listen, but bet nonetheless. Don't bet too much, Like that one year, I think all the time, like that country house. I was like, damn, he was 60-1 and won. I was like, damn. My brother kept saying, why didn't you bet? I was like, I tried. Friggin' it kept kicking me out because I'm not supposed to gamble. if you're Christian, you're not supposed to be doing all that stuff. It's not right. It's frowned upon. You're not supposed to be gambling. Nashville has their own version called Premiere. I know what was that. May Percy Warner. Oh, really? I didn't know that. I just do the Derby. I can't be getting into all that stuff. Just to try to keep myself together. Like half the time I forget to put my skincare on. You know what I mean? All right, what happened here? Why can't I say it? Nope. Now I'm hitting that. Okay. See? I can barely do this. How am I going to find a different field to get into? Then I thought, what if I did like, what if I went and I was a bank teller? Like, I don't know. I thought about it. I thought about that. I'm like, for crying out loud, if worst comes to worst, I'll freaking DoorDash. I don't know. I'll be in job. But I don't want to be dealing with these people anymore. And again, yeah, Monday's gonna be we'll just see. Now, what else can we talk about? Because we got a lot of Royals going on. So we can start with the Royals if you guys want to start with the Royals, and we can wrap up early. But I like having our coffee chit chat for people just to come in when they, just to chat. They have an open chat. There's no drama. We can talk about things that we see, but don't you dare DoorDash. Well, I mean, listen, in a pinch, you have Instacart and DoorDash and all that stuff. But I just like to have a non-dramatic chat for everyone. And then, why I am mad at Warner and Scopio truck without dealing with people. I know, but he deals with a lot of other stuff, though. And he retired. I was a bank teller and didn't like dealing with the lobby, so I got moved to the drive-through. And it was all right while it lasted. They wouldn't hire full-time as to not offer benefits. So that didn't last. Well, yeah, Jarrell. I mean, that would just be like, that would be a temporary thing until I found a full-time job. You know what I mean? But we're not there yet. I mean, we're not there yet. But there's always like, there's always something that you can do. I will not become a server. I will not work in a restaurant. I am not good at it. I wasn't good at it when I was doing it back then. I know I'm not good at it now. There's no way I could be doing it now. No way. That is like one of the hardest jobs ever. Because not only are you working for like, nothing and relying on tips, even though no tax on tips is a good thing now, but you have to start, you go in and you have to work putting all the tables together. Then you got to serve and deal with all the people. And then after your shift, you got to do side work, cleaning the kitchen or like whatever they assign to you. That is not fun. It's a very hard job. It's a very, very hard job. And that's why Mr. Kazi is always like a very generous tipper. I mean, I am too. But he makes sure he's in charge of all that. Like when we go out, he's the one that like pulls out the money and does all that stuff. Which it's, if I had the money in my handbag, I would do it. But he's the one that's in charge and he's the one that deals with the tip. He just looks at me and I'm like, whatever. Just whatever. It is what it is. He's a good tipper. And he tells them all the time that he's gonna be the worst table they had all day, and he makes them laugh the whole time. You're no longer a truck driver, see? Brad is no longer on the road again. He's not doing that what was that? What was that movie with Chevy Chase? Was that his name? Burt Reynolds. It was funny. The cop and the son were chasing Rocky or whatever his name was. What the hell was that movie called? I just remember the one part where the cop, like, and the son were together and they got into a car accident and was it Jackie Gleason? No, it wasn't Jackie Gleason. He said, "Boy, when I get home, Imma slap your mama in the mouth," or something like that. It was funny because it was back in the day. I don't condone DV. Find office management where customers don't come into the office or low traffic, like a construction company. There are places out there that are construction that are asking. IT services, something like that. Get you on Indeed. Yeah, I'm on there. Smokey and the Bandit. That's it. I was a server at 16, in my 20s, bartending too. Very interesting. And Jackie Gleason. Sorry. Thank you. I knew it was him. I thought it was him. I probably would have stayed at the bank if I had been married, having a husband's benefits, but as a single mom at the time. Well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I have to work full time. We have to work full time, but I don't need the benefits because Mr. Kazi has the benefits, right? I don't know. I'll have to look into it. And then would I want to, like, what bank would I want to work for? You know? What bank isn't going to be traded over? But then you also don't know. Staffing firms can help. That's a good idea too. That's a good idea. But, I don't know if I would, like, not have an experience in a certain field if I would be making what I'm making now, you know? We'll figure it out. I will keep you guys updated. There's probably gonna be an update next week. I've seen that, Jarella. We have that in dental, like, we can find, like, temp services because I know the staffing sometimes is, like, temp to hire, and I don't wanna get myself in this position where it's, like, a temporary gig, and then I'm not, you know, picked up. Because a lot of the companies have to pay that staffing service a fee and all this stuff, but I don't know how the business world works. I just know how dental works, and they're if you're an assistant or a hygienist and you're doing staff work, you can choose whatever shift you want, whatever day you want to work. You just wake up and say, "All right, this office needs it, I'll take it." And you get paid way more money than if you were in took an employee position. Way more money. Yeah. I'll trust you, Darrell. I'll trust you. It was 38-hour work week to classify as part-time. Well, that's not bad. 38 hours, I could do that. Like, I wouldn't mind third. That's only 2 hours less than 40. That's okay. I would do that. That interfere with Saturday, though? Can't do Catrday coffee. I mean, we could do, like, we'd figure something out. We'd have to do Catrday. Yeah, it's the office. That's an idea. I mean, listen, I'm open to all ideas because I don't think Monday is going to go over as pleasantly as one may think. You know, Andre, I don't know how much hygienists are making out where you are, but we have hygienists making up to $65 an hour out here in my area. Like we would hire at like 55 to 58, but if they're temping, they're 61 to 65. Like, it's a good I'd rather, like, and then you decide what days you want because 'cause they're in high demand. You guys are unicorns. Hygienists are unicorns. And ever since the bid, that's how it's been with hygiene because 'cause you're the highest risk. So, good on you. Yeah, like, making more money, and you're just like, "Alright, I just wanna alright, I'll work Tuesday shift, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and take a long weekend." The next week, you take up 4s. I should have been a hygienist. I thought about it years ago and I didn't. $10 goes to the service. No, the employee gets it because the pay in dental, the hygienist will get that if they choose. Like if they say, okay, we'll take it because we're that desperate. They pay the hygienist. That's the hourly that the actual employee gets on top of having to pay the service. Hmm. It's expensive. 53 an hour. Yeah. That's, we're like 55 to 58. That's usually, but this is like, it's this particular every area is different. They have like, I could go live somewhere down south and not make the money that I'm making because it's just, you know, it's the area in which you live. Mr. Kazi and Jarella, I will look into the staffing. I will look into the staffing. And I will give my the problem with that is all right, so no, I'm not debating you guys. I am not apprehensive to this. We have to do something because we got to get me out of this situation that I'm in, okay? Because it's not good. Um it's not good. I'm too blunt and opinionated to be a hygienist, though. I'd see gross teeth and no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Because you would be in the field and you would like to be honest with you, like the worse that a patient comes in, the more the hygienist likes it. Like if someone's come in and it's like real bad, then they absolutely love. Like they're back there and they're like, this is the greatest thing ever. The hygienist, no offense, Andre, because I'm weird too, but hygienists are weird. Anyway, recap. You also saw baby popcorn. More to scrape off. Yeah, they love the calculus. They love that big, bridge of calculus. They're back there with the Cavitron and breaking that away. Apparently it's satisfying. I don't know. See? She's laughing. She knows. M-Flow. It's just gotten extremely toxic at work. And we're down to 3 days a week. 3.5 days. Because we do Saturdays. 3.5 days. Um, due to losing providers. I'm kind of getting the heat about that we're not hitting numbers. And this is something that I have not said today, but there was an addendum to my employee employer contract, and he took a lot of money off of me. So I am working for less than I have in a few years now. And I told him I'm not signing the addendum because he did not take any of the responsibilities away from me. So that's where we're at. So Monday I'm going in and telling him I'm not signing it. I know, I know. And when I tell you guys everything, but like, it's embarrassing. It is unacceptable, especially not taking any of the responsibilities away. If you're gonna knock me down, like $6 an hour. He knocked me down $6 an hour. Um, if you're going to do that, then I am not responsible for the craziness that goes on. And you will have to redo an employment contract. And if you don't like that, then, we just figure it out from there. That part, Durella. That is significant. Yes, that's gonna, that's and he wants me to put up with the same shit I put up with now? No. Mm-mm. No. Mm-mm. They can cram it. That's funny, cram it. It's like you can cram this. I haven't heard that term in a very long time. So anyway, that's where we are, and I will stay, but I'm going to fix my situation. See, I thought like it wasn't going to be that bad. I worked there before. I said, "Oh no, it's going to be a circus, but it's totally different." My heart was in it. I thought that was where I was supposed to be. And they're trying to cut payroll because he's not making money. That's what he said. Mhm. That's what he said. And listen, Mr. Kazi's been in the loop since the very beginning. So he knows that all this is going down. And when he gave me that addendum, the first thing I told him is, I'm not signing that. And I looked him dead in the face when I said it. I said, I will pray on this and talk to my husband. So I'm going to go in. I'm going to tell him there's no way I'm signing that. There's absolutely no way I'm signing it. You're going to have to figure out what you want me to do that qualifies for that amount of money, which in my opinion is still low. And then I will pray on it and talk to my husband. And then we'll get back to you. So I don't think I'm going to be there much longer because I'm not agreeing to it. I'm not agreeing to it. How can you take money like that away, that much money away from someone and make them responsible for the same amount of things? I'm still going to be responsible for all of that collections and no. Oh, there is Ocean, and the problem is that it's the dental field. People are crazy. Dentists are crazy. It's just going to be another circus. I mean, I did go on, I did put my feelers out there. And I went to an office that was just absolutely not going to be, it absolutely will not be in my, I pulled I started driving into the town and then I pulled into the parking lot and I thought, oh, no, 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 no. But I kept my word. I went in and, got a feel for what was going on just because, I kept my word. There's no way. There's no way. I'm doing 6 hours less than that. How about that? Yeah, that's what happened. That's what happened. He did an addendum and took money off of me and continued to tell me about how margins have shrunk and I'm not, doing my part to keep the schedule's always full. It's the patients don't show up. What do you want me to do with that? Because I am definitely schedule focused. Like they get mad at me in the back. The hygienist thinks they're getting out early, and I reverse them right in because I know we're going to get out on time. But we got to keep this schedule. Thank you, Andre. Dentists are they really are. They really are definitely tough to work with. And there's some dentists that are really cool. There's some that are like real, chill and stuff like that. But for the most part, the ones that own an office, it's. A few places last year. So we're selling myself, but thinking, I do not want this job. This is a mess. But I took it because we got out of I wasn't allowed to come back from medical leave. And then it was like an instant thing. I should have thought on it. I should have done it. I should have prayed and talked to my husband about it. But I just, you know, Grandma Nettie, hello. Good morning. I should have thought about it, but again, here we are. You guys have been with me from the beginning. I'm always going to tell you about the crazy stuff because crazy shit happens at the dental office all the time. You get paid. Pay drop? Really? Money is so tight for people buy food and go to the dentist. Exactly. Exactly. Like I worked a long time to get where I was. And I can't help that you have people constantly calling out. We're constantly short staffed. I'm constantly at a very like a three-person desk by myself and have to deal with crazy people telling me that I suck because they heard me calling in a prescription for a friggin' 16-year-old who was in friggin' pain. I had to call her in her amoxicillin. I'm not calling in narcotics for crying out loud. You get Merchant 600 and amoxicillin, and then you're on your way. Unless, of course, you're allergic to penicillin, and you get like clindamycin. You know? 50,000 difference between 21 and 25. Brad, you guys are the backbone of America. What are they thinking? Like, seriously, teachers, truck drivers, like, people don't give them enough nurses. People don't give truck drivers enough credit and farmers. What the frick are they thinking? You thinking about going into nursing? Yeah, my girlfriend's husband does it. Or, like, he's I don't know if he's like cross country like Brad, but he does make like long trips, like from Pennsylvania, Jersey to like Ohio and then back. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he goes out to California and like, coasts around the country like Brad does. Okay, Grandma Nettie, have a good day. Brad, I believe it. But even still today, we need you guys on the road. We have to have like the food stores stocked and all of that stuff. That I'm telling you, that pandemic. I was seeing like, all right, so we like a lot of us watch Rosie, or we know who, Rosie Lynn Reed is, right? And the groceries that she's like it's just insane. I sit there and I think like I watch her use her paper towels like crazy, like pulls like 6 of them off to wipe up something, and then uses the washcloth to wipe her face. That drives me nuts. But the amount of butter she uses on a daily basis, I'm like, I haven't seen my butter at 2.99 in I can't tell you how long. It's been like hovering near 4 or a little over 4. It just went on sale 3.69. So I grabbed a couple because I always keep a couple pounds in the freezer. Like we always have butter on deck. It's expensive, and the money she spends. I go and like this week I did really good. I didn't have that much to buy. I did get a couple of meats, but I only spent $135. And I did realize that I forgot a couple of things, but we're buying produce, dairy, and like I'm picking up a meat or two. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for just like blueberries, bananas. Mr. Kazi wanted what do you get? Like romaine and mushrooms. Is that all I got in that's all I got in the produce section. And then I had to re-up on eggs. I got another milk. I got another chocolate milk because we like the Fairlife chocolate milk and shakes. And I had to get my yogurt for my yotes. Yotes. Yeah, she dry bags, but she spends enough on groceries to maintain and gain 550 pounds. Right. Just in the retro stuff channel. Hello. Welcome to Catrday. It's nice to meet you. We just sit over here and bitch about groceries and talk life on over coffee on Catrday. We're here every week. You got the Fairlife protein shakes. Well, we spend so much money in protein. That's the other thing. That's part of our grocery bill. Like I got the 5 pounds of the Isopure again, unflavored. I'm putting that in my water because I thought I got to cut these costs because my protein water, which I absolutely love, is like $35 for 2 pounds. And I go through it because I'm drinking 64 ounces of water a day. Probably not supposed to drink that much, like, calorie water. But I need to get the protein in somehow. So I'm like, how can I cut this cost? So I got the unflavored and I got the Crystal Light. I'm doing that. So I'm not buying like all different ones. But we're into like chocolate vanilla and the unflavored. That costs a lot of money. And my protein bars. I'm not giving up on my protein bars. No, it's not that bad, Jarrell. Like, my protein is not it's not that bad for, like, the price, but I'm saying, like, if I have to buy every, like, payday, I'm picking up because I'm running out of it. Luckily, it's, in that cycle. I'm buying 2 containers of the flavored protein. I might as well just do the unflavored because that lasts me. Do you have panels? What's panels? Like, have people come up? Not normally on Catrday. We don't really do. And if you have, we don't do, like, I don't know who. Yeah, I don't normally, like, you, no offense, but this is your first Caturday, so I wouldn't have anybody that I don't know on panel because we don't do drama or anything like that. Yeah, I just bitch into the camera at you guys, and we have like, all right, my people just wait. My people just arrived to help me build things. All right, Brad, have a great Caturday. Have a great one. Let Graining Gaining Ground do the panels. Yeah, what's going on everywhere? Listen, I was lurking. I was over there in the Ashley's chat. That girl, man, she cracks me up. I was over there in the, watching the Rosie stuff because that's starting, like, this arc has gotten a little bit better. Like, it's not as boring. Because, we got the face reveal of the 25-year-old. What hook are you practicing? Nico! Is Nico here? Oh, it's okay. We know that you're here in spirit when you're not here. Um, and then I was like, what the hell is going on? There's like all these people, like Peanut and was on, and then they were like screaming and I'm like, oh my word, what is happening? I said, I can't deal with this. I don't know what the hell's going on. I said, no. And I went just like, looking in my shorts and doing all that. What the hell's going on out there? I'd just rather watch the Rosie stuff because that shit's funny. Her vlogs are so weird. Why are you talking shit on your members? Why are you talking shit on them in the vlog and you leave it in there? And then you're whispering in the dark. It's just so weird what she's doing. No, Torella, no, no. It's hard if you're just doing it with one person because then, like, you don't know if that person's going to start talking. Like, it's difficult. We're not doing that over here. And I don't know who that person is. I don't either. I'm just nosy, Andre. I'll never eat a bear protein because of her. Now listen, she's never going to eat another one either. Talking about she got the fudge and she didn't like the caramel. I can't believe I just said caramel, but because I call it caramel. She got the caramel and cookie and cream. They accidentally sent me them. Well, I bought one a long time ago to try it out, and it is not good. I had quite a few Bear Bells. The only one that is worth the purchase is the cookie and cream. Swear, promise, pinky promise. She's never going to buy those. She's never going to buy them. She's going to see that price and be like, I ain't doing that shit. So, you know, but don't be like, protesting Bear Bells because some friend sent her them. I did try the peppermint ones at Christmas time. They came out. I think they were peppermint bark. They were pretty good. I mean, or like they were okay. It's like it's like a Christmas thing. So I was like, they're not too bad. But the other ones, I didn't like. I just do cookie and cream. They're like my candy bar. You just eat the meat. I know, so do I. But like, when you got the sweet tooth and you got the protein bar, it's like, and the Quest peanut butter cups. I can't, and my sweet tooth, I can't. It's just there. It's there. I'm gonna do that, Terrell. No bars. It's, she just wants candy bar, and let's just pretend for the protein. Well, I actually do. I stopped eating the candy. Well, that's a lie. I just bought myself a candy bar yesterday. I bought myself the Tony Chocoloni. That's good chocolate. It's a big thick bar, so I only had like a little piece. But I'm not going to deny myself because then I'm just going to graze all day long. So I'm going to cut the sweet tooth off at right when it starts, have a little piece of chocolate and motor on. Not going to friggin' I'm not going to like, overthink it. I'm just having it. She eats enough protein. It's so good. It's the first time I ever had it. And I didn't realize there was like I got the one that has everything in it. I was like, "Oh my word. I wish I didn't get this one." Those cottage cheese brownies were terrible. They were awful, I tell you. You know what? That chocolate, the Tony's chocolate, how smooth and silky it is. It's like not sugary or anything. It's like good chocolate. That's the Quest bar. That's the Quest peanut butter cups. 1000% better than Reese peanut butter cups. 1000% better. Can Dennis pull sweet tooths out? Well, that's a good one. But that's it's true. I wish. Well, no, I don't want to like pull my teeth. No. You can train down a sweet tooth. It's a habit. Just eat less. Here comes Torella, the personal trainer, and tisk tisk tisk, Torella. We love you anyway. I know what I'm not supposed to do, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Try coffee. I know it's out of luck. I know it's out of love. And if you friggin' it, like seriously, if you were like, you should be one of those people that goes on to just get a camera and just go into people's kitchen and just like go through the pantry and throw everything out. Tell them, no, this is not how you do it. Get out of that. We did clean our pantry out. We don't have, I never really did have like processed food. Like I made my own mac and cheese. We don't have that box stuff. My doctor's license plate is pulling teeth. That's funny. I saw a license plate that said Tooth Fairy. I was like, oh, that's cute. But I'm on this like Asian inspired cooking. I did the shrimp fried rice again. And I told Mr. Kazi, I was like, do you like it? And he's like, yeah, I do. He wants more shrimp in there, but I was like, I pulled out like a pound of shrimp. But I got the baby ones and they shrink when you like, they get warmed up. But it's so much better than takeout because it's not greasy. It's not it's good. Give me a single piece of chocolate can cut a craving for a month at a time and prevent a disaster or train wreck of 4 months by not nibbling on one piece. You did good, sweetie. Proud of you. Nico, a piece of chocolate is not going to stop my craving for a whole month. I love you, sweetness, but that is not going to happen. Let's be realistic. I went from having to have something sweet after every time I ate a meal to now picking out some grapes, even though that pisses me off that they're killing my carbs. But better to snack on grapes than the snack on anything else, like ice cream or something like that. I didn't do it with ground beef. You can. You can do it with ground beef, ground chicken, pork. For some people, it can, and for others, can regulate it that way. Look, I probably should be down 70 pounds by now because May 9th will be my 7-month anniversary. I'm down 53. I hit that 5. Now, again, I want to be 199, but I don't think I'm going to get down that low. If I get like into like, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, here you guys go singing in the chat now. Something. Ah, all right. I'm not gonna. You were doing great. Don't do that. I should. I should be. You are doing great. Thank you, Lady Autumn. But we all know that this is a tool that I'm using. The other day when I was like really like pissed off, I was like, this is the emotional, like when you eat emotionally, like, to soothe your soul or whatever. And when you have the surgery and you can't do that, that's where you really realize like what you've done and how it helps that. How, because you can, I did I told Mr. Kazi the other day I want a pepperoni stromboli, and he ordered one, and I had a piece of it, and then I had like the course of 2 days. But in the past I would have like chunks of it. So when you realize that, you're just like, this is what happens. What was that? A bird? It sounds like a little puppy. Ugh, you guys singing. So anyway, you can't really emotionally eat. And that sometimes sucks because you want like something like. All right, Tater, I love you. Have a great weekend. Enjoy it. I hope that it's nice weather down there for you. Mr. Kazi made me make him cookies last week. He wanted peanut butter raisin cookies, so I made those for him. And then he did the macros, and he's like, I can't eat too many of those. I said, okay, well, save them, put them in the freezer, it stops. He said, no, they won't be the same. I said, all right, and leave them in the container. He's been eating them. So I said, well, now next time I know how much I got, I'll just cut it in half because I didn't know I was getting like, as many as I did. I can't eat celery sticks. I can do carrots. 260 calories each. It's the peanut butter that's in them. And sugar, of course. But anyway, you with those apps, if you guys get the apps, they really, really keep you, they open your eyes and they kind of keep you in check because you want that star on our app. It'll say like S for Saturday. And then at the end of the day, once you hit like you put all your stuff in, then you hit your they give you a little star because you came within 5% of your calories. Um, and it just like they give me very, very low carbs. Like I'm only allowed 46 no, 60 carbs. 60 carbs a day. 46 or 60. Whatever it is. As soon as I eat the grapes, like I'm way over my carbs because I have my oats. And then anything like, through the day, I just like I had a little portion of shrimp fried rice that pushed me over, and then I had grapes that pushed me over. The grapes are killers on carbs. Your Philly came out. No, I can't do. I mean, I don't know. I just can't. I can't. Every once in a while, I'll have like a piece of celery if it's like on if it's out on a crudité board. Is that what it's called? I might have it like, back when I was like watching everything. Now I know. Jarella, can you please tell Mr. Kazi that Greek yogurt is better than sour cream? He wants the sour cream instead of using the plain Greek yogurt. I mean, it's not that bad, but I'd rather just cook with it. I like the taste when it's in like the pot roast, but I won't eat it like raw. Not taste wise. They are. I think so. I don't think it's that bad. Adult one. That's the big trend. Like they're going out there in the Target, they have like a snack box and like you can make your own Lunchables or whatever. And I mean, it's a great idea. And they're better for you if you like, do your homemade Lunchables. But I don't know. I gotta get all the stuff and the supplies and all that. And if I cut an apple, then it's hard. Like I know you gotta put lemon juice on it so that it stops from browning and all that stuff. But then I'm like, I forget the damn lemon and I can't bite into an apple because my bridge. It's just this whole big thing. You get all your fat from calories. You're doing good though. He doesn't look as bloated. He's done really, really well. For someone that has not been for the 2 months that he was like this is just recent and when he started the PT that he's been out like doing stuff. But for someone that was like bedridden for, 2 months, I feel like he did really well. He actually lost weight. He didn't gain it by like not moving and stuff like that. He did really, really good. I'm proud of him. I didn't get the Lunchables craze, and I don't get the chartreuse. I love charcuteries. I love making charcuteries. I do. I love making charcuteries. I go over my calories. I gotta figure everything out. Anyway, I hit the 50-pound mark. 53 and counting. I'm gonna like that's like a little bit of a motivation to my next goal is 20. Let's see if we can get 20 off. I don't want to go too fast because we got to buy scrubs again. So, Maggie Lou. You guys are so sweet. You and Steve are so sweet. All right, let's move on to the Royals because I have laundry and cooking and rug cleaning and putting away to do. I am going to put the rug away. I am going to put the rug away. And I'll keep everybody posted on um yeah, success does motivate you. Like when I saw that I was like, "Damn. All right. You go." Um pew pew rug. The It does. It motivates you. So I'm like, all right, let's try for the 20. There are some days I'm good, some days I'm way off the mark. All right, so we know we had Prince Louis's birthday. There's like a whole bunch of birthdays coming up. I think Prince George is the only one. Yeah, Prince George is the one. So you have the anniversary. You got Prince Louis, then their anniversary, and then Charlotte. Charlotte's birthday is today. Uh this is how they spent their. I put a little picture up of Prince Louis' birthday photo that they released. They spent their 15th anniversary into what's called the Into University, a charity that aims to help young people reach their full potential in education and beyond. Proud to know that Into University benefited from the Royal Wedding Gift Fund in 2011 and continues to provide academic support for those that need it most today. So, this is them with the whole crowd on their 15th anniversary. Their 15th wedding anniversary, and that's what they spent it on. They're so cute. I freaking love them. You know we love them over here. Move and is this the one? Yeah. This is Charlotte's official birthday release that they gave her. They're like I follow their like official page, and this is the photo that they shared. She's 11 years old. Can we believe this? Look at her. She looks just like her dad. Camilla fell out of the carriage and rolled all the way into the. Luke! Man, she looks just like her dad. And then they announced that this is Otto, their new baby. She does look sweet and wholesome. She is. They I'll show you the anniversary picture once we get to it. But this is Orla, their dog, Orla's son, because they bred her. And they picked one from the litter, and they picked this one. He's beautiful chocolate. Welcome to the family, Otto. They announced that they got him, or kept him rather, officially on his first birthday. Cute little dog. That's them at the 15th anniversary at the university. But this was their official anniversary photo. And there he is there. There's Orla. There's Otto. You know what? When you yawn, I feel like it, it really throws me off. Um, but this is one of the photos that they've taken in the past. I don't know if it's a Cocker Spaniel or not. Chocolate Cocker Spaniel. Yeah. So that's a chocolate. Otto's the chocolate, and Orla is a black Cocker Spaniel. Meghan and Harry could never. Springer Spaniel. They are cute. They are cute. I just like, I mean, I know the Royals, they're over there and they're breeding they breed them. I don't think they continually breed them, but I was just like, oh man, but we had, like, if we don't breed, like, if they don't produce, spawn, I don't know. I'm not a fan of that picture. Too many legs. Well, I mean, you know that they're into, like, the earth thing and nature. And this is a picture that's from the video that they did last year. She just captured one of those, and that's what they released. It's cute. Or maybe not, because they got the dog. But she's wearing the same outfit, though. That's what threw me off. This was the outfit that she spoke about in her, when she said that she had cancer and all of that. So This is like the third time we're seeing that now. Not that it matters, but and that was him at the he was presenting the Prince of Wales Award on the occasion of the 85th anniversary of RAF. But they had a video of Charlotte. This is it. It's her official video. They released one of the one for Louis too. I just think that Charlotte's going to grow up to be like Anne, like very, duty duty focused, a serious royal. You think this is AI, Luke? You know what, Luke? You smartass. She is a fan of reuse. We all are a fan of her reusing it. She looks great. I didn't realize her Easter outfit this year was worn back in like 2012. She wore the same outfit. It's like she's always reusing stuff. I'm the only Charlotte. Not today. It's the little Princess Charlotte's birthday. This AI shit is really like I got suckered in. I told you I got suckered into the AI crap. I really got to pay attention. I'm just about. Like I told you, I went on the flyers or the Facebook to see if everybody else was okay. I was just curious, Kat. Um, I don't know if your friends are doing this, like your school friends. If you you're into if you got on the Facebook and you reunited with like high school friends and all that stuff, which is what I thought was great about it. But now it's just a heap. It's not as bad as Twitter, but it's just whatever. Why are we filtering? Why are we filtering? Like I got full blown psoriasis here. I don't care. My nose is all cracked up. It looks like I was having a really great Friday night. But why are we filtering things? Why are we doing that? What happened to self-love? And just accepting what we are. You got to love yourself. No matter what you are. Your flaws are what make you unique. Is AI and data rates? I followed this fake world. I followed this one. She's a scientist. She's brilliant and she's beautiful. I just think that she's got the natural red hair and she's got like a British accent. She's a scientist and she gets into the nitty gritty. She just, no, 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 don't think of that. But she said that she fell into like getting an AI assistant and the AI assistant just started putting the passwords out, her passwords, and it just started causing anarchy. And I'm like, that's what's going to happen. And it happened to someone else. I forget. I can't go back in my history because I was just scrolling through shorts all last night, so I'd never find it. But I no, no. Another person in like a very high ranking she said she's talking to a person that had a very high ranking job. Her AI assistant just started spitting out all of her emails into the internet. She said that that person had to actually go to the modem and unplug it from the wall to stop it from happening. I said, well, there you go. AI, I'm telling you, AI is going to get your ass. Wait till you get to get sweet talked by AI in an email. 1 minute you're like, oh, great, helpful. And then it's like, wait, wait. Skynet will come online and enslave us all. Well, us Christians are supposed to be, watching what's going on. And I really believe that I know the Antichrist is supposed to come back in human form But I believe AI is taking us right down that path. I earned the 210 I carry from having kids, including a set of twins. Steve, my loving pain in the butt can still. No touch up with it. No. Why? Look at me. I'm crazy haired and everything. I don't care. You guys have been here for years. You know how it goes here. You know how it goes. I always said that I would never like be just one of those profile pics talking. Sometimes I did. Sometimes. Wise as a serpent and gentle as a dove. Yeah. I'm listening to my pastor, like it's live, on Sundays, like the service. If you can't make church, you could still be there, through the internet. But the Bible, like that, the things that I'm listening to back, um, he'll like every once in a while he'll say like what's happening at that time. And the other day I was listening and it was like 2019, I think he said, or it was back in the ones. I was like, oh my gosh. And he was saying at that time, like we're closer than we've ever been. And now I'm thinking, fast forward to 2026. Look at how freaking close we are now. Look at how freaking close we are now. We got all kinds of things going on. We got the AIs going on, so I don't know. Gotta keep your eye. I've been with this channel for 17 years. Luke is on one today. He had like an espresso in his coffee. And you just listen to all the crazy that's going on. All right. We talked about that. Now, other thing that happened this week in the royal news. Even though there's the stuff, so the king came here, uh, the king and queen came here to do their, like, they came here, like, to kind of do, like, a celebration because it's our 250th this year. So he did a state dinner at the White House, and then he went up to, like, New York and Boston. I believe he went in Boston, but whatever. I didn't really pay too much attention to it, except for the fact that he did a speech. And he acknowledged that in the near future, the new monarch is going to be in place. So he's acknowledging the fact that he's not long for the world. Now, he was probably going to be here for a couple of years or whatever, but for him to actually acknowledge it publicly, I was like, ooh, ooh. He did. He did make good jokes at his speech. I went back to the AI. You found a home church in Winfield moving forward. The ranch is up. Oh, that's awesome. Well, you told us that your ranch was up for sale and that I remember that you told me that you're taking all the babies with you. All the little paws or hooves in the yard are going with you. I love that. We may get Queen. Yeah. So do you think, like, I don't know. He did acknowledge it. It was just like something, it was like one of his meetings, it wasn't like at this, like at a regal gala, but he said that. I don't know what Black Mirror is. Is that something scary that I wouldn't like? Is it got like hocus pocus in it, or like not hocus pocus, but like psychologically going to mess me up and make me think and keep me up at night? It gave you the heebie jeebies? Nah, I'm not doing it. I don't want anything with the heebie jeebies. We got Girl World. That's enough heebie jeebie. And Lilith using that icon, or emoji. Yeah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Just keep up on Queen Catherine. Mr. Kazi asked me, he's like, what are they going to call Catherine when she's on the throne? I said, she's going to be the queen consort. She'll be queen. And then if something happens to William, she'll be the queen mom. Imagine that destiny. No, I ain't doing that, Joel. No, I ain't doing it. No, Lilith, I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm telling you, I ain't doing it. Did you hear The Crown, Lilith? Because I know you watched The Crown. Did you hear that they're doing a prequel? It's going back to I think Queen Victoria to Elizabeth's coronation or wedding day. Elizabeth's wedding day. There's going to be a prequel. That's going to sucker me in for freaking hours and hours a night. She's going to be Katie K. Look! We respect the queens over here. Well, Camilla, she's like, oh. She did look good at this state visit, though. I will say she didn't look as dumpy and frumpy as she has in the past. Well, I got a picture of that up. I got a picture of that. I have my own throne. Yes, you do sit on it every day. He's watching. Wasn't he watching? Because you told me about beef. Oh, you got my husband on that. Beef. It's like that, the neighbor that did something and then all of a sudden, like, they got into all these shenanigans. I couldn't. I was like, I gotta bail on this one. But Mr. Kazi was watching it. You didn't finish The Crown? Girl, I'd watch that all over again. I would watch that show all over again, all the seasons. Bow before me. You don't care what she's doing, Queen Latifah. Yeah, Queen Latifah kind of changed. I loved her when she first came out, but then I'm like, you know what? I don't really like your shenanigans that's going on. The new season is boring, or so I thought. The first two seasons of The Crown were amazing. Yeah. And they continue to be amazing. And you know what happens in The Crown? If you've watched The Crown, uh, let me know if I'm wrong here. So it's like seasons, right? I don't know how many seasons, like say 7 seasons. But it goes from Queen Elizabeth and it takes you all the way up to Princess Diana. So the queen, as the young queen, the actress was, I think she had 3 seasons. And then the next season was the old, like the not the old queen, but like, mid-age. So it was a different actress. And it freaked me out and I didn't like her at all until it got to her last season. And then it came like, the later on in life queen. And then I didn't like her. And then I was like, I love her at the very end. It was a mind bend there for a minute. He watched an anime recently that was odd too about people's brains getting uploaded to computers. Well, everything we talk on the phone or me talking to you guys about certain subjects, it'll be all in my feed. They're listening to us. They always have. There's a how about it? How about it? And listening to all my bitching about my job. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Claire was very good. I loved her. She was my favorite. My life loves to crown me once in a while. What the hell's that mean? I don't crown you, do I? What does that mean? And when do I do that? Oh, why'd you die? Did you hear that Bruce Willis, their family decided that they're going to donate his brain to science when he dies? I do not. We don't do that in this household. We don't lay hands on one another. We occasionally, raise our voice. Yeah, Bruce Willis. They're like kind of like, they're hanging around him because they're kind of like wanting to get to say their goodbyes and stuff like that. He's not long for the world either. Bruce Willis, Lady Autumn. Well, yeah, he's got Alzheimer's, doesn't he, or dementia? One of those. That's awful. Her walkabouts. She always did stuff with the that's what's so different, like, like, if you're gonna be like Harry and Meghan, if you're gonna, like, you're not working because of what they did to their mother, but then you're coming up and you're having them call you, your Royal Highness. First of all, you're not a working royal. Don't be calling you can't be called that, right? You barely should be called Duke of Sussex or whatever the hell they're called, Princess Sussex, whatever. The Sussexes. Um, like, why are you like she's got the kids and she's just like you barely see the outfit. She just released a video where she's wearing the same outfit that she did on Easter, the kid. It looks ratty, and they're in a chicken coop, which is great. They got chickens and all that stuff, but like, let's face it, it's probably someone else's property, and Megan ain't having she ain't in no chicken coop because it's dirty, right? So in my opinion, allegedly, conspiracy theory, all that, blah 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 blah. But they don't have the kids in public. They're sheltering the kids from their bloodline, which is weird. And then you have Princess Catherine and Prince William out there, just like, the kids are out there. They're very, well mannered, well behaved, cute as can be, like personable. They go up to people, and like Charlotte's always run into the crowd like her mother. Oh, Bruce Willis is ashamed of. Lady, that is what we talk about over here. We talk about just, theories and that sort of thing, and I don't doubt it. I do not doubt that they are down with that kind of nonsense to get fame. Absolutely don't doubt it at all. And then later on in life you realize what you did. I mean, it's never too late to turn to Jesus. But sometimes their money just keeps them from doing that. She can't afford them now. What, the chickens? The chickens? Most of them out there did. Do you think Taylor Swift did? Do you think she did? Because I feel like she got suckered and then she realized what was happening. And then she just like kept on doing everything and then bought the rights to her music and re-recorded them so she made the money back. Like, that was a brilliant power move. That was absolutely a brilliant power move. But do you think she dabbled? Because I can't see the Kelseys. Like, Jason Kelsey is not he's not. He's a good guy. Do you think Taylor Swift sold herself? Do you? I don't know. I feel like she did the ultimate power move in buying her rights back because they stole everything from her. She's a freaking billionaire now. Anyway, I wasn't a Swiftie, and then I started, the music that we had on in the office. I was listening to a couple of tunes and found myself, you know, singing them and was annoyed because I'm like, oh no, do I like a Taylor Swift song? Your daughter-in-law has a painting of Di with the boys in her vet office from when they visited the daycare. She started a walkabout for the dogs they care for with special needs children to honor. Aww. Aww. I, Lilith, no, I didn't want to be either. There's a couple of songs that I like. There's a couple of songs that are a little catchy. But I'm not up to date on, like, the new songs and all that. Like, they really get into her. Like, she's a phenomenon. Christian contemporary radio. Yeah, like, that's the kind of office that I want to work in. My last office, they were Christian based and they, you know, It was just a calm atmosphere, and it's hard to find because people don't wanna talk about being Christian. People don't wanna talk about their background or anything like that because it's not, politically correct and shouldn't be talked about at work. But, all backgrounds should be able to, like, I it is what it is. You like some of her songs too. All right, I want to show you this picture and then we're off and ready off to the races, especially today on Kentucky Derby Day. Now, lover, hater, whatever. But Camilla did look nice. I'm gonna find a picture of the jewelry that she wore because it hasn't been seen since I believe 2009, I believe, is the last time the queen wore the necklace and the earrings. But like she looked good in fuchsia. She did. That wasn't bad. Oh, this was the amethyst. Charles, whatever. They're in their white tie. But look at Melania. Like Melania, that dress was beautiful. I'm sorry, but Melania is a beautiful woman. Sure, she puts up a lot of bullshit. I don't think I can handle what she goes through. However, she's the only first lady that yes, so do I, girl. She's the only first lady that designers won't dress. They ban her. But this is a Christian Dior couture. I loved her dress. Loved it. That's right. It's a gift you can play. Uh they're like buried down deep here. Uh, let's hone in. There we go. All right, I gotta get down there. It's the Kent amethyst necklace. Let's get there. Hold on. Let's stop sharing this. Melania absolutely was. I'm sorry. She when she was over there in the UK and she wore that like pink dress with like or was it yellow with like a lilac, whatever. No, I didn't like that outfit. I was like, well, not a good choice. Not a good choice. She killed it here. Here we go. Now this freaking thing jumps around. Remember, but that's the Kent necklace and earrings. We're cutting our face off. We just want to look at the jewelry. The queen put this away. Then you're Mr. Kazi, you listen to this stuff all the time. The um the queen wore the brooch that goes with this. That was her favorite brooch. So she always wore the brooch, but this is the Kent set. Ah, okay. Did you see that? Did you see my But yeah, that's the necklace she wore for the state dinner. She does. She leans babies. I haven't said that in a long time. She leans into the big necklaces. Oh, they're having trouble. So he spoke at Congress, and then he had the state dinner and made a speech, and then they were up. I don't know. I feel like they were in Boston, and they had like pizza up there. and they were in New York. Sarah Jessica Parker was at the library when the Queen went to the library in New York to make her appearance and do a speech. Sarah Jessica Parker was like right there with her. And then they had a dinner that night. Martha Stewart was invited there, and Lionel Richie. And they said that that was like the king's jab at Meghan Markle because, like, she's doing, they call it the as never line, doing all the things Martha Stewart does, and Martha Stewart does it way better. He thought Barron is a very tall guy. Very, very, very tall kid. Did they say he's 6'8"? Some crazy number like that. He's a tall guy. So that was the week in the Royals. We had Louis's birthday last week. Well, it was Louis's birthday. The Queen, what would have been her 100th. And then we had the anniversary. Then today we have Princess Charlotte. The King was here in the United States. We had a lot going on with the Royals. Hey Val, Pass for Pets. Hello. 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 It was random, Lilith. I was like, is that Sarah Jessica Parker? And like, why is she? I didn't know that she was. I mean, she was the character. Carrie Bradshaw was into like writing books, and they said the last time she was at that library was the day that Mr. Big stood her up for the wedding. So when the movie air, was filmed, that's when she was at that library last. And is that true? I don't know. But yeah, that's where she stood. That's where she was stood up by Mr. Big. Freaking part of the movie gets me every single time. Time I watch that movie, it gets me. Like I do believe, like Melania used to model, so she definitely knows how to wear clothes, and she knocks it out of the ballpark every time she makes an appearance. She probably looks great in freaking pajamas. Let's just face it. I think that she's beautiful. I don't care what side you stand on. The woman is beautiful. So that's what they were saying that she's probably punching air because Martha Stewart comes out of the, wherever hotel or, apartment that she lives in New York. And she comes out in the like TMZ's there and they're like, "Martha, where are you going?" She's like, "We're going to the royal dinner." And, she's like, with Chuck. She called him Chuck instead of King Charles. She's like, "I'm just going to hang with Chuck tonight." Martha Stewart gets away with a lot of shit. But they were like, that was like a little jab at Meghan. Pass for pets. What did you say? Let's see what your opinion was. You have no respect for Charles and Camilla. Well, a lot of people listen, we're not, fans. I mean, I feel bad that he's like, he knows his destiny. We're not like biggest fans. But that outfit, she didn't look frumpy and dumpy. That's all I was saying. Normally I'm like, she looks like a big frump. But we're on the same path. And you're allowed to say whatever you want. Popping bottles in that Comey indictment. Comey put Martha in jail. Yeah, there's a lot of shit going on. There's a lot of shit going on. You never know what's going to happen. Again, we got to keep our eyes out. Got to keep our eyes out. Of our recent first ladies, Melania and Michelle Obama have had such great style. Well, I think that's since Jackie O. Jackie O was probably the last first lady that, like, because the other ones were a little bit older. They didn't look bad, but they weren't like stylish. These women are a little bit younger, and again, Melania came from the catwalk. Martha showing Charles how to. That was the best. That was the best. Like collide. Martha Stewart and Snoop Dogg. That was a great duo, and they were funny together. I don't think Martha smoked it up though. And it just like that meme for the longest time of those two, like their picture around like, cooking something. And it was like, one of them is a felon, you choose. I love Jackie O style. You think she's the most iconic of them all? She's iconic. She's definitely iconic. She's up there. For sure she's up there. For sure. Anyway, let's motor off of here. We've been babbling for 2.5 hours. Thank you for listening to me about my job. We'll keep you posted on Monday what's going to happen. Thank you for the suggestions. I didn't think about the staffing thing. What is that? Melania Trump's Jax Co. Oh, I don't know what that means. Lady Autumn throwing in that last minute, screwing me all up. I am going to go downstairs, do my cooking, put my church on, get caught up. My typo knees. Join us next Saturday at 10 a.m. You know, my eyeball said 10 p.m. Well, I don't know. Next weekend, Harley is at the vet. So the vet comes between 9:30 and 11:30. So we'll have to like figure out because that's a very important like postponement. So we'll figure it out. But have a blessed weekend and I will keep you updated. Stay out of trouble. If you're in the chats, just stay out of trouble. Just be funny. Just troll. Because you never know who's watching, right? I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.